Greetings, everybody. I am Lobo, and welcome to Luna. This is episode 214 of my Minecraft survival series, and I'm thinking this episode, we're gonna continue to hang out in Luna's waterside district because I want to get some more work done on the storage system. Now, that wasn't the original plan for this episode. I actually have a list of other projects I should probably be working on, but the thing is, I really want to see this storage system complete at some point in the near future, so today we're going to spend a little more time on this. Now, the big thing holding us back at this point is me not figuring out the layout of the storage system. Like, I got some parts figured out for the most part, like this area in here, but some areas, well, I haven't even started trying to figure them out. Add on top of that, that last episode, we decided to add a couple more storage areas, namely these interior areas to either side of the waterside district, and yeah, I have my work cut out for me. So I think what I'm going to do before I do anything else is just go through here and try to figure out what needs to be stored where, right? Now, I think I'm going to start in here. Since I do have some momentum going, we just finished recording last episode. I'm immediately jumping into recording this episode, and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do here. So, yeah. Now, I'm not going to drag you along on my thought process. I fell in a hole. I'm not going to drag you along on my thought process since you've seen me try to organize before and it's just a big mess. So, I'm just going to show you what I've done because I'm going to do most of the figuring out off camera. Now, I've decided that this entire back section right here, this is all going to be dedicated to our ores and stuff like that, okay? Now, over here, we're going to have our smeltable ores. Now, this is going to include our copper, our iron, and our gold. And this should actually be a raw iron block. Just, you know, for looks, just to show you how everything's going to be stored here, right? So big blocks will be in the upper 4 chests. Meanwhile, in the lower 2 chests, we're going to have the broken down stuff, our nuggets, our ingots, our raw ores and stuff like that. In the case of copper, we'll have lightning rods and all that stuff stored down here. Continuing with the metals, we'll have a place for our netherite smeltable from the ancient debris right here. We'll have some quartz and, you know, areas to store our quartz broken down and all that stuff, which is technically smeltable, though that's not the smartest way to get it. Now, as far as like regular quartz goes, like our quartz building blocks, we do have a place for that over here in the building block section of the storage system. But I figure, you know, the ores and stuff we can keep over here. Now, since we were just talking about smeltable ores, let's go ahead and talk about the ore smelter. This is the home for that. This is where we're going to be storing our coal and stuff like that, which we're going to use to fuel a system of blast furnaces right here, just so we can manipulate the ores, do whatever we want to do with them, all in one convenient area. Speaking of that, we're also going to have a place to break down ores with a fortune pickaxe, another place to break down ores with a fortune pickaxe. And even though we're going to be breaking down a lot of these ores with a fortune pickaxe, the breakdownable ores section is technically right here. And it consists of ores we're not going to be smelting for any reason whatsoever. Now, there are a few things I still need to do. I need to finish getting my labels in. We need, like, our copper ores. We need our raw iron ore block. And I'm going to go ahead and... Whoa, that was cool. I'm going to go ahead and see what I can manage to find. Well, unfortunately, it seems as if I've broken down all my copper ores. But I did manage to make a raw iron ore block, which we can put right there. You know what? I think we need to do a little bit of shopping. Ow! I think oh my goodness, it's a pigman party! Who could ask for more? I think we need to do a little bit of shopping here because there's a few things we're going to need. Obviously, we're going to need some copper ores for our labels, which means we're going to be making our way to the new area. Now, there is some other stuff by the new area. We're not going to be spending all episode out there again. We're not. But there is some other stuff at this new area which could be useful in getting the storage system going. It's very much preparation for the storage system. So, yeah, we're gonna grab a few things. Then I'll meet you guys back in Luna. Or actually, you're gonna come with me and we'll get back to Luna together. All right, so welcome back to our 117 area. We need to find a cave that we have not yet explored and stripped of all its copper. And as we're doing so, we're going to be migrating towards the ice biome over here because ice just so happens to be another thing we're going to need for the storage system. We're going to need to get probably a bunch of packed ice to make a bunch of blue ice for our item transportation because remember, these items are going back and forth all over Luna. So, that's going to be something we need. But first things first, I want to find a cave, I want to find some copper, and maybe some other stuff. Bingo! There it is. There's our copper ore. That was simple enough. So we'll go ahead and collect this. Since we're down here, we might as well collect some of the other stuff that we've come across. Maybe even go looking for some stuff we haven't come across yet. And to do that, we need to go deeper. We need to find the Deepslate variants of the various ores that we're going to get. Because, one, well, it might be nice for labels, but also we are going to need to prime an area in the storage system for them. And in order to do that, we need to have at least some on hand, right? So, let's go ahead and kind of explore and hope that we can find the Deepslate ores that we need, including those ones which are not going to be available to us in 1.18. Because we do still have some Deepslate ores available to us now, which are not going to be available to us later, I believe. Deepslate coal and Deepslate... Is it copper? I know emeralds are one. Regardless, I want them all. You know? I want them all. Now, those ores are always going to be available to us in this area, at least, because we've loaded this area in 1.17. Updating the world won't change the blocks that are already down in the world, right? So, let's go ahead and see if we can find them. There we go. Look at that. We got our Deepslate copper. We got one block of Deepslate copper ore, but that's fine. That's fine. One block is fine for now. Hopefully, we'll eventually come across more. Check it out. We've also got some Deepslate redstone ore. Perfect. So basically, what I'm resorting to here is just branch mining, and of course, we're going to pick up any other ores that might be useful to us that we come across. I'm not going to let those go to waste. Hey, more copper. I would like to see a little bit more variety here, but you know what? I'm not going to pass by the copper. We can do some stuff with the copper. I realize mining isn't always the most riveting content, but this game is called Minecraft after all, so you gotta expect to see some mining from time to time on this series. What helps me though, whenever I'm deep down in a dark, claustrophobic cave, what I like to do is just put on a little bit of music. Something that takes me to another place, you know? Somewhere nice, somewhere sunny. Somewhere less cold dusty. I thought it'd be a good idea to start mining beneath this mountainous area right here, because I figured that would increase our chances of finding emeralds and the like, right? But I've gone this way, I've gone this way, and while I found emeralds, I haven't found the Deepslate varieties of emeralds, because we need Deepslate lapis and Deepslate emerald still. So maybe I could go this way or possibly this way. I don't know. But it's seeming like I'm not finding Deepslate. That's the problem. And it's seeming like this area may have been at least partially loaded prior to us loading it for 117. So I just need to find where the old areas end and the new areas begin. So I'm going to go at this for at least a little bit longer. Which direction we say? This way? Yeah. We're going to head off this way. Nope, that's a bust. And I feel like if we go any further, we're going to be beyond the mountainous area. So, probably not worth it to keep searching here. I got a question for y'all. Y'all ever head out to get something that you want but don't necessarily need? And then from there, you kind of take a little detour that takes you hours, maybe days out of your way? No? That's just me. You know, we'll hold off on that for now. We're going to hold off on finding our Deepslate, Lapis, and Emeralds for now. We got some stuff we need to take care of. We talked about getting some packed ice to make some blue ice for our item transportation for the storage system. So that's what we're going to go ahead and get into now. I think what we need to do is go ahead and call Dee Dee on over here, put on a little bit of music, and pack some of this stuff up. Welcome back, everybody. We have some ice, and we got plenty more ice to choose from should we need to collect more ice, but we were able to make a pretty decent amount of blue ice out of the packed ice that we collected here, as you can see right here. So like I said, if we need more, we can come back and get more, but that's all the time I can afford to spend out here in this episode. I got stuff I need to do. We got a schedule we're trying to stay on. We've got projects sitting idle. So let's go ahead and make our way back to Luna. Maybe after making just one more tiny little detour, since we're passing by our amethyst farm anyway. Yeah, we had this area loaded for a little bit while we were over here, so we do have a little bit of amethyst that we can afford to collect. So, let's go ahead and collect what we can. See, I told you guys it wasn't going to take long. Just a quick detour, and we're going to be on our way home. So let's go ahead and get in our Deepslate labels to start. As I said, on this side, we're still going to need Deepslate Lapis and Deepslate Emeralds. And if we have time, maybe we can go look for them once we finish our work here in Luna. But we'll see. Not making any promises. This side right here should be good to go. I mean, maybe we could put in a netherite block. That just seems a little extravagant. I'll think about it, though. Moving on to our other sections. As far as the main section goes, I think I am pretty satisfied overall with the layout of this. So let's go ahead and move on to the landscaping section. So basically what I'm going to do is just take a minute, kind of figure out how I want to lay out this section of the storage system, what blocks I want to put where, and I'll be back with you with hopefully whatever layout we're going to roll with. All right, we have a plan. So let me first take you through our landscaping section, show you the layout. So over here, we're going to have a couple columns of chests for our grass and our dirt. Both grass and dirt will go into these two columns of chests right here. We'll have podzol and coarse dirt right here. We'll have another big section for gravel right here. Moss, rooted dirt, and path blocks can all go into this last column of chest. Over on this side, we'll have a big column of chest for bone block, and bone meal. We'll have miscellaneous foliage in here. This will be like vines and bamboo, ferns, that kind of stuff. Over here, we'll have like our azalea stuff, or at least our 1.17 foliage. We'll include drip leaf and all that kind of stuff in here as well. And then over here, lastly, we'll have our leaves. Well, leaves and saplings. Those will go into these last 2 columns of chests right here. Now, as far as our main storage area goes, let me go ahead and show you the final, what will hopefully be the finalized layout of all this. It may not look complete since there are gaps in here, but let me go ahead and explain that. So, there's nothing right here, but there's not supposed to be because the labels are on the left, okay? So, we'll just put filler blocks in right there for decoration. And then as far as this side right here goes, it looks like we have a couple gaps right here, but this is actually just for concrete, and I want the hoppers that are going to be on the sides of these chests accessible so we can grab the different colors out. Same thing applies to the wools over here. Same thing applies to the flowers and dyes right here. So, this is a finalized layout. Again, hopefully. Y'all remember a long time ago I said I wanted to do more with honey blocks, but then I never did. Yeah, I remember that too. But I think that might change. That's going to have to change. I'm going to dedicate at least a column of chests in our redstone section to just honey and slime blocks. That way, when it seems just really empty of honey blocks, it gives me motivation to go out and finally make that that farm to get our honey blocks and our honey and our honeycomb and all those lovely bee things, right? Crap. Okay, well, yep. See, this is why an automatic farm would be good. Just to prove my point, you know? It'd be nice to not have to do this manually. And get very, very, very hurt. Oh my goodness. Are we cool now, guys? Can we be cool now? Okay, good. Good. Jeez. So as far as organizing our redstone section, we're going to have a column of chests dedicated to item transportation. We're going to have a column of chests dedicated to our sticky blocks, of course, slime and honey. And actually, we probably want to make some room to actually store the stuff we can make from honey or the other stuff we get from those farms, right? Like the honeycomb and all that stuff. So we'll leave a couple chests open here down at the bottom to just store that excess randomness. And I guess that includes slime balls and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll leave 2 chests open down here as well. And then this last column of chests, this will be for our redstone components. And then as far as our nether section goes, I think I can live with what we've got going on here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then as far as the mob drop section of our storage system, that's just going to be this big assortment of chests right here that will house all the stackable mob drops that have nowhere else to go, basically. So those will all end up in this big mess of chests right here. And then we have the end stuff, the end section of our storage system. And I kind of want to think about this for a minute because I was thinking, do I really need to sort and store end stuff? When do I ever build with end stuff? No, I don't think I'm going to give end stuff a section of the storage system up here on the surface. I don't think I'm going to do that because I never build with it. We have no need for it. I'll just leave a couple sections of this area open for future sections of the storage system in case we need it. Like, we'll make them easy to access and all that stuff, but we're just going to reserve them for now. End stuff can go to the overflow section for the time being. Who knows? Maybe in the future, the end will get an update. We'll get some cool blocks, and I'll want to store that stuff up here. But as of right now, I'm thinking it's probably not worth it. Now, there is one more section of the storage system I still need to figure out the layout for, though I technically have already figured out the layout for it. I do still need to label it, and that is going to be our aquatic stuffs. And we got that all set up now, so we are going to have a section for our underwater aquatic plant life, for prismarine bricks, for dark prismarine, and for corals and stuff like that. And we're also going to be storing dead corals in here, but I've got some water back here to make sure these ones stay alive and vibrant, just because it's prettier. So now that we've got the layout figured out, we need to make room to eventually run our redstone here. And as far as the redstone goes, we're going to need a lot of space for that. We're going to need a lot of space for item transportation. So what I'm thinking is we clear out space from here until the end of this circle right here, and from here all the way to our original input for our old storage system back here at the enchanted pickaxe. And then we'll go from here all the way over this way to the end of this circle where the end of our surface storage system will be, right? So obviously tons and tons of area we need to dig out. I'm thinking at this point it might be a good idea to just go ahead and call Dee Dee on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get started digging. Welcome back, everybody. Ow! Ow. Kind of miscalculated where my door was there. Anyway, back to what I was about to show you. We've now cleared out a little bit of space for our redstone. Now, as far as how much space we cleared out versus how much space we need, I don't know. We either went way too big with this or way too little. It all depends on what the redstone actually ends up looking like once we get it in. I don't really have that part figured out yet. Like, I know what I want to do, but I don't know ultimately how big that's going to be. Anyway, as you can see, we kind of covered this entire area from all the way over here to all the way over there. And this, is, of course, is on top of our old storage system, which is accessible just beneath this floor right here. So we have easy access to all our old storage system stuff, which it's going to be connected to anyway, right? Because it's going to serve as our bulk and overflow. And we also collected some incidental resources out of this. We got a little bit more iron to go for more hoppers, and I'm going to start putting all the just randomness we get from mining in chests right here next to the storage system. That way, once it comes time to actually put stuff away, once the storage is complete, we can just throw it right into it, right? So hopefully that'll make things a little bit more convenient. And actually, something else to note, while I was at it, I decided to go ahead and clear out a little bit of space above our old storage system so we can work, because I am going to end up redoing all the redstone and item transportation down here too. We're not just going to be working on the new section of the storage system, the old section of the storage system is going to be getting completely revamped as well, because we need to accommodate for more items and stuff like that. So now we've got easy access to make that happen. Well, I suppose the next thing we need to do on the storage system is actually start getting the redstone in. Obviously, I'm not going to get into that in this episode. That is going to be a big commitment. So I think what we're going to do for the remainder of the episode, since I do still have a little bit of time and I'm kind of determined to do this, I want to go ahead and see if I can find my Deepslate, lapis, and emeralds. Now, I mean, we searched a lot of this area. We've gone out pretty far, but there is at least one way we haven't gone yet. So what I'm going to do is just make my way down here and head off in that direction, and hopefully, maybe, possibly run into some Deepslate, and hopefully, maybe find the Deepslate ores that we're going to want. Yes! Guys, we have hit Deepslate. I mean, we found some Deepslate redstone ore, which is not necessarily what we're looking for, but we've hit Deepslate, which is a good sign. And we found emeralds, which is great. I mean, they're not Deepslate emeralds, but they are emeralds, which means we are in the right area. Well, we got lapis. Unfortunately, not Deepslate lapis. We've also got diamonds, but not Deepslate diamonds. Then again, we don't really need any more Deepslate diamonds, do we? We already got those covered. I'm going to end up taking a lava bath here at some point. I know it. More diamonds? Nice. Well, we've hit another pocket of Deepslate, but not only that. We've got the Deepslate coal ore, which I love. I want to collect as much of this as we can, because that's going to be very useful and also rare, as will that. That will also be very rare, exceedingly rare, in fact. I need to make this safe. So this should do it. Oh yes, you're mine. Oh boy. Let's have a look at this bad boy. I mean, we just looked at it, but let's have another look at it. Placed. Man, I love it. That's going on display. All right, let's continue our search. Now we just need to find the lapis. You know, I am very tempted to just fly around for a while and just load a bunch of 117 area, just so we have a bunch of this Deepslate coal ore available to us, because I could see it being very useful for building. I could, and I'm seriously considering that. Oh, the places branch mining will take you. We've somehow ended up underwater. Unfortunately, no lapis to be seen. Let me rephrase that. No Deepslate lapis. Y'all are just playing with my emotions. I hit Deepslate, I hit lapis, but I don't hit the Deepslate lapis. We might have to call it. I don't know, we'll go on for a little bit longer. We'll go on just a little bit longer. Yes. Yes, finally. All right, we've got our lapis. That is what we wanted. I don't know why I was so obsessed over this. It's not like we're not going to be able to find the Deepslate lapis later. I just want it now, and now we've got it. So, mission accomplished. Let's go home. Let me collect these diamonds first, then we'll go home. So you belong here, and you belong here. Perfect. Well, I'm glad we got that settled in one episode. That would have been bugging me if we didn't do it, so I'm glad we did get it. Where did my emerald go? There it is. All right, well, once I get this guy, that should just about do it. This episode was all over the place, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. And if you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.